been doing all right with me. There has been some issues that have come up, so I'm going to talk about them. The issues that I've been having are that other people's mental health has been setting my mental health off. So, as a caregiver of 2 kids with autism and ADHD, and a spouse that has anxiety and ADHD, we have some mental issues in the household. And a lot of changes have been happening, and when changes happen, mental health kind of flares up a little bit. And when their mental health flares up, so does mine. So I'm going to talk about that. The first one I'm going to talk about is my husband has anxiety. So he was getting ready for his first day at work, or his first Sunday preaching, and he had anxiety around that. It was also 4th of July, so there was fireworks going off, and we're both veterans, and sometimes the fireworks can set us off too. So he was having panic attacks. Now, feeling at a loss for me as to what to do because of these panic attacks, and also the dogs having panic attacks. They were hiding, they were barking, they were going crazy because of the fireworks. That affected my mental health. After a while, I was like, why am I so calm? I should be panicked. The dogs are panicked, my husband's panicked. I should be panicked. And that sent me in a little whirlwind. Another time was there had been so many changes for my son that he went into his autism, stemming, mumbling, just issues. And after a while, I felt like at a loss to help him. And when I felt at a loss to help him, I felt myself going into my own mental health problems. That I was starting to copy his stemming, and I started stemming. And that's no good for anyone when the caretaker is falling down the rabbit hole with them. So let's talk about things that you can do to avoid your going down the rabbit hole with your own mental health and helping being a caregiver and a helper. The first thing I would say is to talk to the person that you're a caregiver for. Find out what you can do in those situations. Ask them, does it help to do this? Does it help to do that? What can I do for you in those situations? And you want to ask when they're calm and things are all died down. So, one thing that you could try is to do some grounding work. Tell them to pay attention to what their surroundings are. Play the I Spy game. I spy a mask up there in the corner. I spy a light switch. Play the I Spy game. Get them grounded and seeing what they can see or feel what they can feel. I feel a table, a smooth surface. Another thing that you can do is try to work on breathing techniques with them. Breathe in, hold, breathe out. Try that. That's another one that you can work on. Another one is kind of rubbing their back. But you want to ask them ahead of time if that's what they need. You don't want to get punched because you touch them. And that's a possibility. If you touch them and they're in this state, they could punch you. or hurt you. And they don't mean it, but that could happen. So you want to ask them ahead of time, does it help for me to rub your back or pet your hair or just hold your hand? Ask them if touch helps. So these are things that you want to discuss ahead of time with that person. Also, you can ask them stuff like, does a bath help you to calm down and relax? Does going to sleep help you to calm down and relax? Do you just want to be left alone? And if you sense that you're going down the rabbit hole with them, it's better that you take yourself out of the equation, that you leave them alone to deal with what they're dealing with, and you deal with yourself. Deal with yourself first. Because if you're dealing with them and you get panicked and they get panicked more, it just turns into a big old mess. So it's important for self-care. Know your own triggers. Know what you need to do to calm down. Have some self-talk with yourself and be honest. What can and what can't I do? Do I need to let my spouse handle it rather than me handle it? Another thing is meds. Make sure they're taking their meds. Ask them what kind of meds they're supposed to take in those kind of situations. Usually doctors have an emergency med. I know both my kids and my husband have emergency meds for when they're in those states. And you have to make sure that they take those meds in those states because they don't think about taking their meds. You need to remind them to take their meds. Or maybe get a glass of water and get their meds for them. So they just have to swallow it. So that's an important part as well. Find out what med they need and what you should do in those cases. You want to feel empowered, that you know you're capable of doing that. I know my daughter, who sometimes is the caregiver for me, she's very calm when I'm out of it, and she knows what to do. She knows to tell mom, take your med. Mom, go take a bath. Mom, go lay down. She knows that if she can't handle it, she'll call her father, and her father will take care of it. Know an emergency number to call if you can't handle the situation. Or you can call somebody else to come and help. Now, it doesn't just happen in a household. It also happens in the mental ward or other places where a bunch of people get together that have mental issues. I know I've been in a mental ward where one person has issues. Soon the whole, like 5 or 6 people is having issues and have to be restrained. So one person's mental issues can set off other people's mental issues as well. They can kind of copy it. They can go down that road. That also happens with like a school setting where you have a bunch of disabled kids in the same classroom. Where one has an issue, the others have issues as well at that time. So you got to be prepared for multiple people having issues because one person has an issue. So that's what I have for today. Make sure you talk to your family members about it. Let them know what they can do for you to help you. Do it when you're calm and you're thinking calmly. What helps me? So thank you. Like and subscribe. Have a good day. Bye.